Throughout history, leaders have determined the direction in which humanity will move. The general situation in the world, borders and relations of countries, technological progress, and the lives of millions of people depended on their decisions. It does not matter whether these activities led to peace and well-being or caused catastrophes and deaths. It's impossible to argue with the fact that these were outstanding personalities, each of whom possessed a set of incredible qualities rarely found in ordinary people. In the history of every nation, there are people to whom they owe a lot, people who have made serious changes. For the Kazakhs, one of the last such figures was Dinmukhamed Kunaev.
Dinmukhamed Kunaev was born on 12th of January in 1912 in Almaty. The ancestors of Kunaev were engaged in traditional Kazakh craft. They lived on the banks of Kurta and Ile rivers, not far from the Verny fortress.
Dinmukhamed Kunaev is one of the unique examples of a true leader in modern Kazakh history. Why is it considered that Kunaev is a significant figure for the majority of Kazakhs?
Leadership is the act of directing a personal group, outlining objectives and providing support and motivation to help them meet goals, creating a convenient environment for everyone. Dinmukhamed Akhmedovich was able to turn Kazakhstan into the industrial center of the USSR and provided economic growth for his republic through his traits such as altruism, clear vision, empathy, and accountability, which made him a true leader. Today we're gonna discuss the significance of Dinmukhamed Kunaev's personality and his characteristics that helped him to leave a footprint in Kazakh Republic. We're gonna interview people who are expert historians and people who have faced the period of Dinmukhamed Kunaev's leadership. So we came to the Nazarbayev University. Let's start. We interviewed Nurdavlet Barılbayev, who lived during the period of Kunaev's rule, and he told us several stories about the time and how the whole people appreciated Kunaev. Dimash Akhmedovich, a history expert who has deeply studied the biography of Dinmukhamed Akhmedovich, shared with us facts and stories about Kunaev's leadership.
Altruism is a motivational state that person possesses with the goal of increasing the welfare of another person.
Kunaev was a real phenomenon for Kazakhstan. I remember the time when Kazakhstan faced problems with salaries and production itself. As far as I remember, in 1965, Dinmukhamed Kunaev visited many regions during the harvest period, and as a result, the general bread selling became more than 1 billion pounds. That was the real indicator of his altruistic character.
During Kunaev's leadership of the Republic, huge changes took place in the economy, education, and culture. According to statistics, in the period from 1955 to 1985, the volume of industrial production increased 8 times, agriculture 6 times, and construction 8 times. New roads were built, the electrification of the Republic was completed, new cities and towns have grown, and the capital of Almaty was transformed, becoming one of the most beautiful cities of the USSR. The scientific and intellectual potential of Kazakhstan has grown significantly.
An important aspect of leadership is the vision, in which direction you need to lead your people. Take responsibility for what endpoint you will all find yourself in together. Kunaev possessed this quality and gradually increased the potential of Kazakhstan, its economic power. Kunaev saw in which direction Kazakhstan should develop. He saw all the potential that the Republic has. The introduction of new technologies into production, the development of agriculture and mining, the improvement of the education level and culture are only part of the goals that Dinmukhamed successfully achieved in his post.
Vision is the ability to close your eyes and see the future that not yet exists, but try hard to make it real.
Let's ask our students about Dinmukhamed Kunaev. What do they know about him? Good morning. Sorry for disturbing you, but we're gonna shoot a documentary film about Kunaev. What do you know about Dinmukhamed Kunaev? Can you tell us one fact about his life?
Okay, sure. Working at heavy industry enterprises, Kunaev became a participant in formation of copper industry in central Kazakhstan and lead zinc industry in the Altai region of Kazakhstan. Kunaev also was categorically against any changes in borders of Kazakhstan. He was against giving a virgin lands of south to the Uzbekistan, despite the Khrushchev's persuasions. and he was also against the transfer of Mangistau to Turkmenistan.
Dinmukhamed Kunaev also thought about the safety of residents. He, in consultation with engineers, built the Almaty Dam, since stones from the mountains could at any moment destroy the city from the face of the earth. There were people who were against this. They said that such construction could destroy the city. But he was decisive and confident in his actions, and he was right. There were target explosions in 1966 on October 21st and 1967, but everything went smoothly since the dam was already in place. In 1976, on July 15 to 16, there was a mountain flood, and again, this dam saved the city. This proved that building the dam was the right decision and showed his visionary leadership.
I visited Ekobastos, Pavlodar and the other regions of Kazakhstan many times. In Ekobastos, he visited industrial enterprises and coal mines and power plants. It was with the active participation of the first secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Kazakhstan that Ekobastos became the largest center of the fuel and energy complex of the USSR and the Republic.
Empathy is the ability to see things from another person's perspective and emphasize with another's emotions plays an important role in our society.
Dimash Akhmedovich was a very versatile person, intelligent, literate, highly educated. I would especially emphasize decency in his character. He was very easy to communicate with. He accepted everyone who made an appointment with him. When people entered his office, they felt a certain amount of excitement, but they always left with a smile. He found a common language with people.
Kindness in any action, in any look, in the most seemingly difficult situations. Dimash Akhmedovich saw a person in everyone and found this person even in the most lost ones. He was an educator, mentor in the best sense of the word.
On December 16, 1986, Gennady Kolbin was appointed head of the state instead of Dinmukhamed Kunaev, who had led the Kazakhstan since the 1960s. Before that, he headed the Ulyansk Regional Committee in Russia. Before this appointment, Kolbin didn't live or work in Kazakhstan, which became the main complaint of local residents. The people loved Kunaev, and they didn't want him to leave his post. Kunaev always thought about his people until the end of his life, and the people saw this. He took Kazakhstan to another level, and his sudden resignation outraged people. According to official reports, at first there were a couple of hundred people in the square, but gradually there were more and more of them, and eventually the protest became many thousands strong. People came to express their opinions and wanted to be heard, but it all ended tragically. It is still unknown exactly how many people took to the streets on December 17, 18, but according to various estimates, there were about 8.5 thousand people detained alone.
Accountability is the attitude that helps willing individuals overcome temptation and pursue growth.
Thanks to the erudition of practical knowledge of diplomatic skills, with his authority were considered in the Politburo of the Central Committee, often trusted to lead the government, parliamentary delegations of the USSR in official foreign trips to enter on behalf of the whole country negotiations with the leaders of other states. For example, in 1966 and 1970, he sent a train to Algeria, Iran, Egypt, and also on behalf of the SSSR met with the president of Saudi Arabia.
Responding quickly to situations is a crucial skill for leaders. To have this ability, a leader must be well informed about everything happening with their followers. This skill is exemplified by the significant improvement in the bread selling process during Kazakhstan's hard days. By quickly analyzing the problem happening in the Kazakhstan, Dinmukhamed Kunaev decided to have improvements in this sphere. Moreover, having knowledge in many areas is essential for understanding and advising followers to make progresses. Dinmukhamed Kunaev showed his knowledge by introducing new technologies in Kazakhstan and making developments in agriculture and mining. Under his leadership, the country became better in education in many other sectors. Kunayev's communication skills were at a high level, which is one of the improvement leadership qualities. He demonstrated an ability to find a common language with his followers and establish relationships with other leaders, to invite and visit them to collaborate and improve our country.
That Saturday, August 25, 1993, will go down in the history of Kazakhstan as a day of undeclared national mourning. Dinmukhamed Akhmedovich Kunaev was buried. Never before has there been such a thing as millions of fresh flowers lying under a hearse from the theater to the cemetery itself. Dinmukhamed Kunaev enjoyed unconditional respect both among ordinary workers and collective farmers and in high official offices. He spoke to everyone in their language. He was distinguished by his special character, altruism, clear vision, responsibility, and respectful attitude to everyone with whom he communicated. Streets, districts, schools, and cities are named in his honor not only in our country but also abroad. The memory of Dimash Akhmedovich, as he was respectfully called by the people, will forever remain in the memory of grateful descendants.
Pan 5. Pan 5. Pan 5.